Hello? Wait, everyone. Today we will continue to look at the content of HCI-Storage. Previously, in the Intelligent Data Storage Component section, we have already introduced parts such as the control enclosure, disk enclosure, cascading module, and hard drives. Next, we will cover the final part, the interface module. The interface module is divided into many different types, and next, we will introduce them to you one by one. So, first, the first one. Let's first look at the front-end interface. The front-end interface is also divided into many types. First, let's look at the first type, the GE interface module of the front-end interface. The interface module actually plays a crucial role in the communication of our entire system. It acts like a bridge for communication between different devices, determining the efficiency of our data transmission and storage, including stability and so on. So the first one, let's first look at the first GE module, the JE module. Here we are. There are various models or different versions. First, let's look at the GE electrical interface module. From here, we can see its basic appearance. It has 4 ports. There are 4 ports here. All of them have a speed of per second, 1 per second. Which means that each interface has a speed of 1G. Actually, what is the main difference between these economic modules? It lies in the issue of interface speed. For the first type, this module has 4 interfaces, all with a speed of 1G per second. Besides the speed, it's important to note here that we also offer a feature called dual active arbitration. So what does this mean? Let me briefly explain it to everyone. In our large-scale storage systems, we generally use a dual-active architecture to ensure high data availability and system stability. This means that there are 2 storage systems that can operate simultaneously. Between these 2 systems, if any conflicts arise or coordination is needed, the ports of this electrical interface module can play an arbitration role, much like this. It's similar to how a traffic police officer directs traffic, essentially allowing the flow of data to be more orderly. To ensure that the 2 storage systems can cooperate normally without any chaos. This is the meaning of dual-core arbitration, which is mainly to ensure what? To ensure the high availability of our overall data and the stability of the system, hence this kind of architecture. This is our first type, the GE electrical interface module. Next, let's look at the second type, the 10GE electrical interface module. As the name suggests, 10GE means that the speed has been increased, reaching 10 times faster than the regular GE electrical interface module. However, it has a characteristic, which is that it requires something. It needs to be inserted into an electrical module before it can be used. What does this mean? It's actually quite similar to our computers. It needs to be inserted into specific hardware devices to perform a specific function. The 10GE electrical interface module is mainly used for connecting between storage devices and application servers. Here, as shown in the diagram, it also has the 4 interfaces. In an enterprise's information system, our storage devices are like a warehouse, storing a large amount of data, while our application servers are like a production workshop in a factory. It needs to read data from the warehouse for processing, or put the processed data back into the warehouse. Take our 10GE electrical interface module, for example. First of all, it has high-speed transmission capability. It can quickly transfer data between storage devices and application servers, greatly improving our data processing efficiency. For example, this is generally used in some cases, such as a company's financial systems. Every day, we actually have a large amount of financial data that needs to be transferred back and forth between storage devices and application servers. The actual electrical interface module can really well meet our needs for high speed. The overall requirement for data transmission, this is a basic feature of 10G. You must pay attention that it can only be used after inserting the electrical module. This is actually a bit different from GE here. Like this electrical interface, here we do not need an electrical module. it does not require an electrical module. In essence, it requires adding an electrical module before it can be used. That's one of its differences. The difference between the two. These are our first two types. So what about the third type? First, you can see from the picture that it looks different. The number of interfaces has decreased. Right? The number of interfaces has decreased, but actually its overall speed has still increased. For example, if we look at the one on the left, the second one, we have 4 interfaces. And if we calculate each interface individually, right? If all are used together, that's 40 G per second. Let's look at the third one. Here we call it the 40 GE interface module. As the name suggests, the speed is 40 G per second. And here there are 2 interfaces. So if both are used, that's 80 G per second. Although the number of interfaces has decreased, the overall speed has doubled. Here we have this. The 40 G1 interface module. It provides what? It provides 2 optical ports with a transmission rate of 40 G per second. Please note, these are optical ports, not electrical interfaces. The first 2 are 10 GE, are all electrical interface modules. Starting from the third one, our 40 GE belongs to the optical interface module. So what is an optical port? Actually, compared to electrical ports, optical ports have greater advantages in long-distance transmission and high-speed data transmission. Light actually has relatively low loss when transmitted through optical fibers, which allows it to cover much greater distances. And the speed of light. The speed of light is indeed very fast, capable of meeting higher bandwidth requirements. The 40G module is mainly used for connections between storage devices and application service servers. For instance, it is quite suitable for large data centers. The storage devices and application servers might be distributed across different floors or even different buildings. In such cases, using our 40GE interface port provides a more stable transmission compared to the previous electrical ports. Additionally, it offers high speed and longer distances, ensuring that our data can flow quickly and stably between the storage devices and our application services. This is a characteristic of the optical port. If you are concerned about this, the connection between our data server and the connection distance between data storage and servers is relatively long, then the optical port would be more suitable, and it would also be faster. The last one. There's not much more to say, right? The speed has increased again, but the interface remains unchanged. Still 2 ports, with the speed increased to 100 gain per second. 100 gain per second. At this speed, it's actually extremely fast, with the 2 ports combined reaching a speed of 200 gram per second. Generally speaking, these are used less frequently, because the faster the speed, what does that mean? It means that the price will actually be higher. There are usually fewer manufacturers or companies with such high-speed requirements. So, if I need less, it's usually some super large data centers, hyperscale data centers, or some research institutions that have high requirements for transmission speed that will use it. This speed is beyond what is needed for regular storage. The types of interface modules we are discussing today are actually... From this rate to the type used, there is a distinction. In terms of usage rate, it ranges from 1G to 10 to 40 to 100, which is a change in transmission rate. The change in modules is from electrical interfaces to optical interfaces, which is their main difference. Other than that, there's not much impact, just that the transmission rate and distance are getting larger and faster. These are some characteristics of these GE interface modules. Here you can simply choose based on your actual needs. This is our first type, our interface module. Alright, if anyone wants to learn Washington technology or wants to obtain the Washington question bank, please send me a private message. I can also leave more comments below the video for technical exchanges. So for today, we'll stop here.